sales in 2018. We will be offering the colored area here, and it's the western, central, and a little sliver of the eastern planning area.
Okay.
Anything over here is not being offered for leasing. So that's a little bit different than what we've been doing for the past 5 years, where we've had separate sales in the western and central and eastern.
It's all
So
together.
It's all together now. So
How has this changed, the approach changed this time from the 8 years of the Obama administration? How has it changed any under Trump?
No, nothing has changed under Trump. This particular 5-year program that we are going to be entering into in August with our first lease sale in August is one that was formulated under the Obama administration. We work in 5-year increments, so that's when we talk about our 5-year plans, that's what I'm talking about. So we plan out ahead.
So nothing's really changed except that when they did the executive orders and the secretarial order from the Department of Interior, they said they're going to review some of the regulations, right?
That's correct. They're going to be looking at everything.
So
that includes the eastern planning area?
I do not know. I believe you'd have to check the executive order. I believe they said the Gulf of Mexico and did not say particularly if it was going to include Eastern or not.
Okay.
But they want to review everything. They want to review the current the 5-year program that's going to be going into effect in August, the one I was telling you about. And that's what these 2 sales are going to be under. What they did say is that this particular 5-year program is going to proceed while they're reviewing it. They aren't changing anything until they have the opportunity to look at everything they want to look at.
Well, the press release from the Department of Interior, in his statements that he made in Houston, what's his name, Zinke?
Secretary Zinke, yes.
Okay, he made some kind of a contradictory statements, it seems to me, and the way I wrote about it was different than probably what you normally get. But he said, number one, we're going to review all these regulations because we want to basically get rid of regulations under Trump. But he said we're going to protect the environment, like we've done before. And so it seemed to be, just from being a professional civil servant, dealing with these leases, understanding the process, do you really think that the regulations that are in place now they're going to continue those, or do you think they're going to, because the reason I'm asking, and I'll put it in my story, the federal courts and the whole process after the BP oil spill, everybody concluded that the lack of enforcement of the regulations in the Bush years, when it was the MMS, was one of the reasons you ended up with the BP oil spill. And so if the Trump administration now wants to review and maybe remove those regulations and not, lean on the oil industry or inspect the oil industry as rigorously as it has been done under the Obama administration, we could end up back in a situation like we did, with like the BP Gulf oil situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I cannot give you specific answers on that because we have yet to see what they're going to be reviewing and how they're going to be looking at it. But what I can say is that protecting the environment is not mutually exclusive from changes in regulations. Our agency is charged with the orderly development of our nation's energy resources in the offshore.
Right.
But we are also charged with doing it in a responsible manner. So that includes everything that we're going to look at in our environmental impact statements. That's why we do the environmental impact statement, to look at everything, to review it, to see if there's anything new that we need to consider. Okay. So all of those factors go into the decision-making process. Secretary Zinke's executive order, which followed the president's executive order that was announced on Friday, just gives us an idea of what they're going to be looking at. And it is going to be our environmental process. It's also going to be looking at some of the regulatory issues, and that's for BOEM and for BESI, our sister agency.
Right.
So we look forward to them reviewing it, and we look forward to the decisions that are going to be made, and we certainly will be able to move forward with plans for the orderly development of the resources in the OCS.
Okay.
Does your review of the environmental impact include the impact on global climate when the oil that will be extracted from these leases is eventually burned, or is it confined to the environmental impacts in the immediate vicinity?
Like water pollution.
Of the drilling and the onshore infrastructure?
I know we do have a section on those impacts, and I'm going to have to let us talk with our subject matter expert on that, and they can tell you how extensive that review is. But I know we have been looking at some climate change information.
Under the Obama administration, but now Trump is removing all the climate change, global warming stuff from all the federal agencies.
Nothing has been removed yet. I mean, I believe that
So at EPA,
he is going to have our the secretary is going to have our agency's information reviewed thoroughly, and then they'll make decisions on it. So it's really too early right now for me to and I don't want to speculate on anything
right.
that I
It's just
think
that's
might
what
be
people's
happening.
fear is because of what happened at EPA. I mean, they've already pulled down websites at EPA that have anything to do with climate
I
change.
I can't say that.
So it hasn't
No.
affected you yet.
No, we are proceeding as we should be with what we have planned out in our five. No, it's all stated in the 5-year programmatic environmental impact statement, and that's what we're operating on.
So you can't
So I
summarize
don't,
it.
I
Is that
don't
here?
have any. No.
You can't summarize.
I'm getting you the reference. Yeah, I'm looking it up for you.